Hello students, in this video we will learn On the Face of It by Susan Hill from your class 12 English Vista starting from page 56. And here is about the author, Susan Hill, who is an English author. And here is the theme of the play, which highlight that people having physical disabilities and impairment can suffer extreme loneliness and traumatic mental problem according to our treatment towards them. So when I say a person having physical disabilities and impairment or handicapped person, it just means rual ban lau ram tuile lau le piang sual ang chi te mi pa ngai te aya dang lam pian phung nei ang chi te kha soina ni ta he play in darla na tumber chu heng tak salan dana har sat na nei te hian an mani kan treat dana zirin anril ro na sat takin anu fualin anril ro thleng in a pian swal pha thei ani ti hi ani a film khur chau phana an lau man tum taila. This play highlights two disabled person, Derry, a young boy about 14 years old. The side of his face was burned by acid and this caused him a lot of inferiorities and complex in cooperating with other people. He felt insecure and thought that people were disgusted and afraid of his burnt face. As he usually received negative comments from people around him, including his parents, he wanted to isolate himself from other people and lead a life of misery and hatred. And the other character is Mr. Lamb, who got a thin leg because his real leg was blown off by a bomb during war. He was a disabled old man who lives alone taking care of his garden all by himself. Though he suffered a severe loneliness at his old age, and though the kids used to laugh at him at his thin legs by calling him Lamey Lamb, unlike Derry, he doesn't want to let the negative comments of others inside him. Instead, he welcomed everyone in his garden and opened his windows to let the light inside his house. He got a positive approach towards life and even tried his best to help Derry overcome his problems. He encouraged Derry by telling him that he was normal and he was brave and can do anything if he puts his mind into it. But Derry was not easily convinced by Mr. Lamb, as he already let the comments of other people determine his happiness. Derry even mentioned to Mr. Lamb that some woman at the bus stop talked about him, telling the other woman that the burnt face of Derry was so terrible that only his mother would love such kind of terrible face. Derry included him hating his mother, as he said that his mother only kissed him on the other side of his face, which is not burned. He felt that his mother only kissed him because she has to, not because she loves him. All this increases inferiorities and insecurities in Derry, which led him to hate other people and wanted to stay alone. But after Mr. Lamb told Derry that even though he got a burned face, he has 2 eyes, 2 ears and arms, legs and a brain just like the other kids, and should not let the negative comments of others determine his happiness, Derry thought Mr. Lamb's advice was truthful and convincing and ultimately decided to change his ways of hiding away from people and preventing other people to approach him. So after promising Mr. Lamb that he will definitely come back to help him pick up apples from his garden, Derry went home and told his mother that he wanted to be free from all his shame and insecurities and wanted to befriend this old man who enlightened his darkness. Derry ran out from his home towards Mr. Lamb, setting himself free from the boundaries of his insecurities. But before he reached the garden, Mr. Lamb tried to pick his ripened apples by climbing to his ladder and fell down. When Derry reached Mr. Lamb's garden, he found out that Mr. Lamb was already dead. Derry cried in anguish, but it is obvious that even though Mr. Lamb passed away, Derry will never get back to his old ways of hiding away from other people and will hopefully lead a happy life because of Mr. Lamb's advice.
He play a changa lang chiang deuh chu mi te an pon lam lan dan an mel an pian phung le an in chei dan ringot awanga lo te ve a lo ner khuma lo nui so a lo comment ve a lo soi ve chiam lo rel ve chiam ang chi ten ngong anei thui zia aron tar lang chiang em a nangni pe chu class 12 zir lai nui zat tur du rual in nia khatianga khan class ate kan mel makti zong te kan nui zat zong ang chi te an omani pon khatianga khan tongkam film khur anga ema I achan chu kan tongkam film khur lo zara mi ten ril rulama rual ban lo na te po an nei pha the ni ti kha kan sha jenga nga ya Christian ni na ang pon kha kha I film khur tla na nga ya tin atwar tu lam kan lo ni pon mi min deu so le mi nui zat ang chi kan lo ni pon Mr. Lem ang khanin we should not let the negative comments of other people inside us ati kha Mr. Lem ang khan mi te min comment na ang mei ang chi te kha kan chungri la kan lu tir tur ani lawa mi chuan an soi liama ma se a soi tu te po hian an vei reng lawani ti kha kan sha tanga ya midang min soi dan kha I kan ril ruput mang kan ti dang lam pha tur ani lawa ma ni kanin ngai niam pha tur ani law boka tianga hianin mizo phei chu mason na tur kan nga ema kan film khur le zwalanga ya kai ni le khatiam ho phei chu I entiernan melshiat in mukha deute han in muila iwa chair tave iwa thau tave iwa hang tave han inti phong ang chi te tin mi an in neya I rai to em inti phong ang chi te mi kha rai du lut tuk chungin an lo rai thei lo te po ani theya khatiang kha inzo phong chi po ani lawa eng tiang nge an ril ru ngongang ti te kha ngai tua turania mi zong hi rai thei vek an ni kher lawani ti te po chu thiam nga ya tiang khan ke ni le khathiam ho chu film khurila mi kan mu dan ang ringota I biak chiam te chiam te lo soi ve chiam te lo nui zat ve chiam ang chi te kha khang kha film khur phanan mangta ira. And that is all about this chapter. As the chapter contains a lot of pages, I cannot give you details about the dialogues between Derry and Mr. Lamb. That is why you will have to read the whole chapter carefully by yourself at home. And here is your assignment at the end of the lesson on page 69. If you got the printout note that I already gave you, these answers will be there in your note, and your job is to learn every answers from these 4 questions.